Hello and welcome to Media Cafe Travel. Be sure to subscribe by hitting the red button below or at the bottom right hand corner of this video. Today, we go back to the Wicked Spoon Buffet at Cosmopolitan and finally get up close and personal with the food. The Cosmopolitan, of course, is located in the center of the strip, right near Bellagio and Aria, and of course has the famous chandelier bar. But we're going to talk about the buffet, of course. We're going to cover breakfast and lunch. We're going to mostly showcase the brunch line or the lunch line, so to speak, but we're going to highlight some of the differences between the breakfast and lunch. We recently got to visit the Wicked Spoon, and it was a different experience than it had been over the past year because the buffet has lifted some restrictions, including the restriction on self-service, and as of June 1st, it's also at full operating capacity 100%, but because of course it had to close for a short time because the capacity was just too low to really function. So first, let's talk a little bit about logistics. You are able to visit the buffet by making prepaid reservations, or you can get on the wait list by walking up and putting your name in the wait list function. So you're going to see the Asian line start, but we're going to talk a little bit more about the logistics. Reservations are recommended because there is not a guarantee that a wait list will allow you to get to the buffet. Making a reservation online can be done within 30 days. So, for example, if you wanted a reservation on July 15th, reservations can be made on June 16th, but not earlier. As for your Cosmopolitan status, you can still use your 2-for-1 buffet even if you have made a prepaid reservation. You simply go to the identity desk, get your 2-for-1 reward added to your identity card, then you present it when you check in, and they will refund one of the buffets that was prepaid. Again, you can still use your identity rewards. But one of the things that we wanted to really showcase is that before they had not done self-service, and you had to go through a assisted service where one of the staff would grab your plate and dish out the food for you. And there was also a club style rope keeping you away from the food line. So now those restrictions have been lifted. You can get right up to the food line and get your own food, which of course is the full buffet experience. So take a look at how the line lines up. So you see some of the highlights on the Asian station, like the pork riblets, the paneer tikka masala, and of course, crab legs. The only time we saw a delay in the buffet line was when there were people waiting for a fresh supply of crab legs. That's always a favorite at any buffet. So let's keep it going with the brunch station. brunch station, of course, has the eggs Benedict, the buttermilk pancakes, and the French toast, as well as items like shrimp and grits and mussels. But it's certainly a popular section. Next, of course, the grill station, which starts with some of the vegetables, but then it gets to the carving station, which is extremely important and one of the best dishes on the buffet, which you will see in a moment. So you see the grilling station does have staples like prime rib, but also they have sirloin, which is very tasty actually. But this is the highlight, the Wicked chicken. These small portions of buttermilk fried chicken with really well done. It's one of my favorite dishes actually on any buffet. I always get a lot of it whenever I'm there. Which brings us to the omelet station, where you can get a fresh omelet made to your liking. Next, we'll talk about the cold bar station, which is basically where they put their salads and some of their toast, which technically isn't cold if it's been toasted. They also have soups there, which of course should be hot. And at breakfast time, not only do they have soup, they have oatmeal. But at brunch time, they are soups like lobster bisque and tomato basil soup sometimes. They also often put out juices, fresh juices at their station. And here's the wicked clam chowder that they had on this particular brunch day. But again, the cold bar itself, it's funny to be called a cold bar because a lot of the stuff is not necessarily cold, but you can see why when you see a lot of times it's fresh guacamole or it's a salad or cheese plate, or just some lunch meats or something like that, and fruits. So this is the cold bar, which is obviously a good place to pick up some items pre digging in to the hot stuff. So as you can kind of tell from the video, this is the buffet without restrictions at near full capacity. If you've seen our previous videos about Wicked Spoon over the past year, you'll notice that they had to modify their operations in order to accomplish mitigation measures due to the pandemic. That meant the buffet was server assisted, and you would have your food plated by the Wicked Spoon staff, and additionally that rope would separate you at least, I'd say at least 6 feet, if not a little more, from the actual buffet line. And so you now can get your own food and get up close and personal with it. And of course, this makes the buffet seem like the old buffet we remember. And as of June 1st, 100% capacity. So it's going to be very crowded, which is why reservations are certainly recommended. Next, we are going to get into the dessert station, the most important section of any buffet, I would say. Pretty much any buffet's most important section. And Wicked Spoon Buffet does not disappoint. I feel like They are underrated with respect to people thinking about their desserts. They have some fantastic desserts, and I really enjoy the portions of the desserts because the portions make you want to try more. And so I guess that's part of the fun of a buffet is the more food you get to try. And Wicked Spoon really has the portions down. Some of the buffets, have small portions, but these are really small portions. These are really bite-sized portions that encourage trying a lot of different things. Of course, you can get as many of the favorites that you want, but there are a couple of differences that you're going to see quickly between the lunch and then the breakfast items on the dessert line, but not much different. They're all great, and just enjoy. So as we continue to look at the dessert line, I just want to say that the staff, of course, still fantastic. They were great through the pandemic, actually, up to the point where they had to close. They still did a great job at that point, so they should be commended, and they are certainly excited that things are coming back in a big way, especially the 100% capacity that's happening. Some of their colleagues, they mentioned, from other buffets are getting callbacks, so I would expect some other buffets to open soon. Of course, we've covered a couple other buffets already, like Caesars and MGM, and the buffets run moderately priced buffets like MGM to the higher end buffets like Caesars. But hit the notification bell so you never miss a video from Media Cafe Travel. Just looking at some of the great desserts still from Wicked Spoon. This is one of our favorite buffets of all time, actually, and they've really just done a great job coming back. And it's really great to see sort of full circle going back to non-restrictive access to the buffet. A lot of people maybe adjusted sort of their buffet habits during the time when it was server assisted, and now you can get whatever you want in the portion that you want, and not have to worry about it. But this orange creamsicle mousse cone was really tasty, actually. This is the first time I had tried it. It's been on the buffet before, but I had never tried the creamsicle mousse until this time, so it was quite a treat. So again, mentioned that the dessert portions are so small that it really encourages to be adventurous with it. So I would say keep doing that. Here's some of the desserts up close and personal. You can see the variety, how many we tried. It's never a bad move to be adventurous on a buffet like Wicked Spoon, and so we encourage you to check it out. Again, mind the tips from Cosmo themselves about making a reservation, because I think that's the best bet. But we hope that you have enjoyed this video. We hope this helps you in planning your trip, and we really appreciate everyone who's been watching our buffet series, and please keep it going. Here is a look at the alternate dessert station. So in the breakfast time, they got a little bit more pastry based dishes and donuts on the dessert line. So you'll see sort of the difference between lunch or brunch, I should say, and lunch and breakfast. There's slight differences. It's both of them are really good, actually. So it just depends on your taste. If you're into more breakfast food, I would say go for the breakfast buffet. But if you're into a brunch and like a mixture, the lunch buffet, which is really a brunch buffet, is fantastic. So again, you can't go wrong with the Wicked Spoon buffet. They're open from Thursdays through Sundays for breakfast and lunch, and no word on exactly when they'll expand, but they are certainly itching to expand at some point. So they may be back to dinner at some point soon. But this, again, is one of the better buffets in Las Vegas. We appreciate you watching. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a video of Media Cafe Travel. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.